everyone, and welcome back to the Blanket Fort, where we stay cozy and we play cozy. My name is Gina, and today we are going to be working on a secret garden build for my urban garden island, Matcha City. I am super excited about this build and to be working on a smaller area, as we have pretty much been doing big builds so far in this series, so it will be nice to try and concentrate some creativity and magic into a smaller area and just make something beautiful. Before we get started, I wanted to remind you to make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to see more videos from me, and to turn on those notifications so you can stay up to date on the journey to get Matcha City completed. And with that, let's head on over to the area we'll be working on today. Okay, so as you probably saw in my previous video, we built this incline and I kind of have this empty space all up on this cliff, and I really wanted to make a beautiful garden scenery area. That was kind of the original idea, that we just have a nice garden sitting area. The idea did evolve, as it usually does with me. I start doing something and then I just get this creative worm in my brain that's like, no, you're gonna do it this way, and that's exactly what happened here. So I just started trying to make an entrance up on this cliff, and my brain just started coming up with these ideas you should do this, you should do that, you should make it more complicated, because that is what my brain always does. I definitely have a little bit of that too much gene where I try to make something simple and easy for myself, and then I'm just no, I'm not gonna do that. Sometimes I'll sit down to start a build and I'll be like, this is good, I'm gonna make this an easy one, I'm gonna make this a relaxing one, just so I can, add to the island and make it simple and just add some things to fill up the space, and it always turns into a whole other thing. And I guess lately I've just been feeling a lot more inspired, just because it's springtime now. It has been regularly 80 degrees here in Texas now, and spring has sprung. There's wildflowers everywhere. It is so beautiful. We have our garden going. I'll insert some pictures of some things that we're growing right now, and I am just so inspired for Matcha City. I was inspired before because I think I was just kind of manifesting for spring to come, and it's here now, and now I'm just surrounded by all these things that are inspiring me. And so yeah, I get a little bit carried away when it comes to working on something that I am interested in. It's at the top of my mind. But anyways, all that to say, I am very happy it's spring now, and I'm very happy to be working on Matcha City. Okay, so back to the build. So we're still working on this entrance. I decided I needed some sort of filler down here on this cliff, and I don't know why I have been obsessed with waterfalls for this island. So I'm trying to add waterfalls wherever I can. I just think it's suiting the island really well. So I decided to create a little waterscape feature down here, add some bushes, some wheat fields, and stuff like that. I did decide I wanted this to be kind of a rocky area, so I decided to use the cave. I've never used the cave because it's so big and it's kind of lumpy looking, but I figured if it was kind of in the background and it wasn't really a focal point, it might add that kind of rocky beach look that I was going for. And I didn't like the cave that I had already had in my inventory, so I went and got it customized into the gray and green version, and I think it looks so much better than the more fall one. The fall one was just a bit too spooky looking. And of course, as I always do, I tend to hop around to different areas and just work on things as the ideas come to me. So I was working on that water feature, and then I was like, okay, I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna come back and work on this filler, because that is just how my brain works. I get an idea and I have to go and do it before I forget. And then I wanted to see how this whole scenery is going to tie together. So I wanted to start working on the actual boardwalk type of thing that I built. So I started laying down some pathing, some custom codes, and some fencing, because I kind of wanted it to be a walkway. and it looked really pretty at first. Like, I really like this with the fencing on the side, but I eventually decided not to go with that for this area, just because I ended up having a completely different idea for the area. But I think I will use the same boardwalk code and that corral fencing in a different area of the island, because there is an area of the island that I am planning that might be like an actual like beach boardwalk area, and I think that I am going to see how beautiful that looks on the side there, like in that lighting. It looks gorgeous, so I definitely need to use it. Didn't end up using it here. It was a great start, gave me a great idea, and I'll probably use it in another area on the island. So I started switching out some of the trees, trying to make it look a bit more uniform because it was starting to look a little messy. And I understand our whole idea is that we're kind of doing an overgrown island. It's not supposed to be like perfectly manicured or anything. But with the idea that was starting to develop in my brain, I was like, I kind of need this to be a little bit more uniform. So I made all of those trees in the front, the hardwood trees, and it's in Sakura season, so it looks really pretty. And don't worry, I fixed the tree that was a little bit too close to the front. But yeah, and then of course I hopped back over to finish up this area because I was like, wait, I didn't finish the filler over here. I need to finish it, so started adding some bushes and all that. So here I am fixing that tree because it was bothering me. And then Violet decided to sit exactly where I needed to go, and I was stuck for quite a while. This is in 4x speed, so I was stuck for quite a while. But anyways, I really liked how that pergola looked. I looked at it and I was like, that is so stunning. And that's when the worm in my brain was like, this is going to be a pergola secret garden walkway area. Like, look at how beautiful that is. And it just looks so good with the sakura trees. Oh my god. I was like, I have to do this. I cannot. I have to follow my the brain tingle. It gave me brain tingles, and I was like, I have to follow this. I have to follow and chase this feeling. It is just, I love that feeling when I'm building an Animal Crossing where I just come up with an idea and all of a sudden it's like, oh no, this is perfect. This is making me so happy, and it so amazing. It really is a good feeling when something that you built makes you warm and fuzzy on the inside. And oh my gosh, like the whole idea, I was like, secret garden, like it was like a light bulb over my head. Secret garden, secret pergola garden. It was just gave my tummy the fuzzies, and I just, yeah, love that feeling. So one issue you may have noticed is I do not have the entirety of this boardwalk code because I had decided early on that I did not want to use the entire boardwalk code. I needed more space in my thing, the thing. And also I was only planning on using it for small areas like this, like just kind of like a straight like boardwalk thing. And now I am using like curves in the boardwalk, and I was like, oh dang it, like I don't have any space for this. So I was like, it's okay. I am going to make it work the best I can because the pergola is going to cover up any of like the weird mistakes. And obviously it looks weird right now because I'm like correcting the spacing of this, but like I was just like, I don't think this is gonna work. And then I was like, wait, no, the pergola is gonna cover it up. Like, it'll be fine. And it does end up looking perfectly fine. So after I put all these pergolas together, I was like, this is looking so much better than I imagined. And this little space is just like perfect for a little garden area. I tried using that maypole because I've never used it before and I didn't like it. So I decided to go a more like classy, like maybe a statue garden route. And I did do this and redo this and redo this until I got something that I enjoyed. So my vision for this was I wanted to make it look really classy, but also like old you know, like maybe this has been here for a long time. So I put some of those rocks down to make it look like, oh, well, maybe there was a path. Maybe there was like a stone walkway, but over time it got overgrown and walked on, and now it's like really old. And yeah, I also decided I need some more filler back here because this is where a lot of the mess from our previous build is. All of the like fake buildings and yeah, all that stuff. So I decided to put some filler back there. I needed to remove that tree because it was blocking our view, and overall just like clean everything up and make it look a little bit better. I am a little lazy sometimes when it comes to like cleaning up the mess from my previous build and like making sure everything looks good for like the beauty shots and whatever. Like that one video we did where I accidentally left my wooden storage shed like in the middle of the build, and I didn't even realize it until after I was done recording. Embarrassing. Okay, so I am fixing where I forgot to put some of that dirt code down, just to make it all tied together and it's not just like a random dirt code on the right side there. And I think it closed off the space even more to make it look like people are walking through the garden, but they're being careful, like not to walk too close to the centerpiece. Like they're just kind of walking in and observing and maybe walking around like in a circle, without, you know, trying to disturb the centerpiece area. And yeah, I just thought it really looked natural and old and just overall well loved. Okay, so then I wanted to start working on finalizing what the garden itself would look like. So I started by putting some statues down and some plants, but I don't know, I just wasn't feeling it. I knew that I was gonna have to go the experimental route and just start doing random things that might look good until I decide on something. So I got rid of the fountain because it was just a bit too big. It wasn't really inspiring me. And then for some reason I decided to keep going with my waterfall obsession, and like I already have a waterfall wall on the other side of the island, but this time I was like, I need a waterfall wall on this side too. I think a waterfall wall behind the secret garden is gonna look so good, and I really needed to close off this space because I think I am going to have the path, like how you're going to walk the island, like go to the left. Like I don't want anyone going straight ahead when you know, stumble upon this garden. And I don't really have a plan yet for the cliff above the waterfall. Maybe we'll just do like some filler. Maybe we'll put a house there. Like, I don't know. We'll see. I'm really not sure what we're doing with that part of the island. There's a whole other area of the island that I have to address, like the area to the left of the museum and the back of the island, and I'm just not too sure. I know that we will figure it out eventually, so I'm not going to worry about it too much right now. Okay, so here we are solidifying the build for the secret garden, and I absolutely love it. I love the Valiant statue. I think it is so beautiful, and I think this garden just has the correct amount of classiness, but also overgrown and old and like walked through. So good news, while I was finishing this up, I ran into Bam and he wanted to move out, which is so awesome because we really needed to start getting some of the correct villagers for this island. So I went on a villager hunt and I ran into Eloise, and she is so cute. I just wanted to show her face because she is so adorable. But yeah, I did not take her because she doesn't really fit with this island, but I did on like my 4th or 5th ticket, I ran into Shino, and she is so perfect for the island, and I cannot believe I ran into her on like the 4th or 5th try, and so we got her, and she is going to be moving in. I'm so excited. So we have her plot. It is sold. I'm just so elated, and yeah, very excited for Shino to be moving in. Anyways, we did do our finishing touches on the secret garden, and I am so excited to show you. We didn't change much, I just moved maybe a couple things around. But anyway, that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am going to send you off with some beauty shots, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye-bye.